You get a text message from your friend.
You know it. You know it. And I was so disappointed in myself. But it's all right. It's coming. It's coming. I felt like I could have willed this one, but there's some fast guys in this NFL, man. I'll tell you the truth. But, all in all, man, just this whole game was just a result of just persistence. As offense, you would love to see us go up by multiple scores. When we were up, I think it was 24-13, and we had multiple possessions. Our defense did a great job. We just got to keep feeding off that, and then when the levee broke there at the end, it's just a result of just, bad vibes and energy. We just got to change that and be more optimistic on the offensive side of the ball and our defense and just play up to our defense level, and vice versa when those type things happen.
Cam, can you just describe that high and low from throwing that interception to Sendejo and then afterwards the daylight that you saw to be able to run like that and get in?
Like I said, that's just the NFL, and this was as much of a playoff atmosphere as we've seen all year, especially, us having the edge. It been a home game for us. We got a very young team, young guys that we're dependent on, and it can become frustrating, especially in the heat of the moment. For me, I've read this book a couple times. Being in those type of games and giving leads up or just bending but don't breaking. And, that's just how it goes sometimes. Like I said, of course, we would love to, go up by multiple touchdowns and just be just running the clock out there at the end. But, that was a great team, a good team that we just played. And I won't be surprised if we see those guys again.
What was the difference in terms of how you adjusted to the pressure? Last year they got 8 sacks on you. A lot of the guys in the Vikings locker room were talking about it felt like the blocking scheme in front of you was different. You're getting the ball out quicker. I mean, how did you feel like you adjusted to the pressure?
I just wanted to get the ball out quicker. I know they were very hip to our protections last year. More or less, probably more with this year being that, Remmers was on their team. But, it's just this game is all about adjustments. And we know that for a fact. And, we just got to keep pushing forward.
Yeah, being a passing league, but on those long runs, it does seem. Do you use the jumbotron to at least make sure that when the defenders come in, you hold?
I use all elements that's given to me. Jumbotron, people's reactions, the crowd noise, teammates screaming. It doesn't matter. But I was just happy to be able to have a little crease and make the most of it and protect the football at the same time.
How important was Jonathan Stewart's running game for your offense in general?
Extremely, extremely big for us. And, that's the physicality that as an offensive line, as a team, and as our rushing attack, presents. And, we're going to keep doing that. It was very big for us to have that momentum, at this time of the year, especially with the game of this magnitude. So I'm just, anxious to see how it gets going moving forward.
Funchess said that he and you made eye contact on the pass you were scrambling and ended up throwing the touchdown. Is that right? Or how did that broken play, how that turned into a TD?
I made a couple eye contacts with a couple people, defensively included. It was just everything that I was told not to do, I did. Throwing across your body. Those are kind of the same play, similar to the Monday night game where it got overturned as an interception. But, sometimes, you just got to overcome coaching. And, guys just out there playing football. I'm just happy that, Fun was alert of the opportunity and, did the rest.
What's the game established? What did you notice about how they were playing you guys up front and what that did for you?
Well, that's pretty much out of my control. We had as they call them, the hog mollies up front. Man, they did their job. Very physical, and I can't rave about our offensive line enough. The challenge was set early on in this week, understanding what the task was at hand, going against a great bunch of D linemen. They have a very good variety of size, speed, strength, and they accepted the challenge, and we're going to keep, like I said, we're going to keep needing that momentum moving forward.
What's it meant having Demir Bird back and getting him involved in the offense?
Bud Light was on point today. He had some big catches, especially coming out of halftime. That third down was very key, keeping the focus of the tip pass and making the most of it with the yak. Like I say, just you never know with how the game may shake out. He had a great game this week. You never know who's going to be the person next week. But as I always say, the moment can never be too big for somebody to make a play, and he stepped up and made plays for us.
On the long 60-yard run by Stu right at the beginning of the game, I think Ryan Khalil said you had the ability to check out of that if you wanted to. What did you see out of their look there that you thought looked pretty good?
Well, I didn't want to overthink it, especially – it's a filling out process, in inside the game, and it was kind of too early to tell. That being one of our base loaded runs, Stu found a crease, and the rest is history.
What you know about Stewart's personality? To see him stop, turn around, fall back in the end zone, what's that say to you?
He's beginning to get a little bit of drip. I liked it. Did you like it, Mr. Newton?
He does.
Did you like it?
I liked it.
Yeah, appreciate it. Well, is that something that you would have done?
I feel working my back.
Huh?
Working my back.
About the 60-yard part.
Okay. As big as your run was, how important was to finish off that drive, not settle for a field goal, and really close it out as an offense?
Yeah, it was very strategic, though. When I think back, because if I would have scored, they would have had all their time out still. So I just felt like, let me just kind of put this car back in third gear, and force them to use their timeouts. But the offensive line once again, man, did a great job with punching it in at the end, and Stu just being Stu, jumping over the top, getting in by any means necessary.
I'm sure it's not lost on you though that after the interception, you come back with that 62-yard run, much like Superman coming through to save the day, in a lot of ways. What did you see on that play to see that crease?
Simple zone read. And like I say, it's a filling out process throughout the whole game that you just have to go about. And I don't think that play would have been there in the first quarter because they did have a plan with trying to eliminate me from the run game. One of the plays I pulled it, and I shouldn't have pulled it. And like I said, I just tried to make the most of the opportunity that I got. With C-Mac, Stu, those guys gravitating a lot of attention in the backfield, and we just try to attack the defense with a lot of misdirection things that make them, kind of hesitate. And when that happens, good things for us are good.
And Greg also said in the locker room that it's fitting for you all in terms of the fact that you always kind of have to kind of fight through things and get the victory and persevere at the end. So can you talk about, in that essence, the prospect of possibility of possibly rather facing Aaron Rodgers on the same field next week?
Is Greg said that? Greg. Man, it's funny, how they get professional behind the cameras, but he wasn't the happiest camper on the sideline, But I'm just happy to get him as well as Khalil back, and words can't even describe that. I know he didn't have a big game statistically, but for him to just have that presence, is good for him as well as Khalil. But we just trying to get good, winning DNA. Finding ways to win games late, as we did today, going against another team that is well in hand of playing 60 minutes of football. Not just when we go up, being sufficient with that. So,
Rodgers specifically, though,
well, I'm not playing him. I get to deal with his roommate Clay Matthews.
Okay.
Y'all seen that commercial? Okay.
We heard Beyonce was played in the locker room afterwards. Is that becoming a victory anthem for you guys a little bit?
So that's sauce. You know what I'm saying? We like Beyonce sauce.
Wait, Cam, before you go, can you please can you just explain the get up, the hat, the love, the?
I don't use drip, sauce, swag. I mean, I really ain't want to, wear something that everybody done seen a lot. I actually, Take that back. I'm gonna give credit where credit due. I was reading a GQ magazine, and one of my favorite artists is because he is, put Atlanta on the map. Andre 3000, and in GQ magazine, he was just talking about his where he is in life right now. And I was looking at the pictures, and I sent it to my plug, Alberto. Shout out to Alberto. But he had like a brimless hat. And I was like, man, I want that. I ain't never seen nobody. And, I look in NBA, NFL, baseball. Ain't nobody seen a brimless hat. So I wanted to put the first one, behind the scenes with the brimless hat. So you've seen it here first. Cam Newton, brimless hat. Dripping.